What it is, what it do. We are live from the Jack Simpson Gymnasium. Joshua Adam, William Arbiter with Jermaine J.C. Cummings as we welcome in the Red Deer College Queens to take on the women of Troy, the SAIT Trojans, as we broadcast to you on the ACAC network, brought to you by Wordplay. Jermaine, welcome back.
Oh, great to be back, Josh, and couldn't think of a better game to start off this ACAC season with than the Red Deer Queens at the Women of Troy. So many questions loom, so many things to really consider going into the season, Josh. Rife with drama right now. I can't wait to see what happens here today on this Sunday afternoon.
Let's focus on first the visiting Red Deer College Queens, Garcia Bernal and Sahu, two 5-year players, legends on Red Deer, and have had a great 5 years trying to go out with an ACAC championship.
Yeah, pillars of the community in Red Deer when it comes to basketball, Josh. As you said, Sophia Garcia Bernal, absolute dog when it comes to defense, offense, being in the right place at the right time and setting up her teammates as well. Look for her to really repeat that performance here tonight. The Queens are going to need it. We'll see if she's able to provide it.
And for the Trojans, we know about Baker, but the returning Anair Wall after a year absence, back with the Women of Troy.
Yeah, Anair Wall back in the SAIT Trojans white as we're used to seeing her, Josh. She was in and around the program, so she can't say she's fully been removed for it, but it's good to see her back on the floor. We'll see if she's able to contribute like we know she can, an athletic, a two-way player as well.
A big key for the Trojans. Really bad first quarter on the game on Friday. Got to get off to a hot start.
Yeah, no slow starts indeed, Josh. You've got to make sure to come out here with that same type of ferocity that you show in practice, that you've shown all off seasons when it comes to walk-arounds, shoot-arounds, everything. Right now comes to today, Josh. As soon as that ball gets tipped up, make sure you're ready to perform.
It's going to be an exciting game. Let's throw it down to Michael Mahoney for the starting lineups. Get ready to go, Queens and Trojans, live here on the Jack on the ACAC network, brought to you by Wordplay. What it do? We are live from the Jack Simpson Gymnasium, and we are streaming worldwide on ACAC TV, powered by Wordplay. Joshua Adam with Jermaine J.C. Cummings as we get ready for the home opener of the Women of Troy, the SAIT Trojans. Your starting lineups for both squads: for the Queens, Demchuk, Sidhu, Melton, Hubert, and Garcia Bernal, and for the Women of Troy, Brooke Baker, Macy Mulholland, Anair Wall, Vanessa Cormier, and Essie Pryor. Here we go, home opener, Trojans, Queens.
Plenty of questions abound, Josh. Like you said in the early tip-off pregame, it's going to be very important for these here Trojans to get off to that quick start. We're going to see if things look good for them early on.
A Sunday matinee here at the Jack. Here's Baker trying to get it started and can't get that one to go down. So Trojans start off with a miss, and ball will be brought up now by Garcia Bernal. As you mentioned, Jermaine, tough nose, does it on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, definitely an extension of the coaching staff on the floor is Sophia Garcia Bernal, as you see right now, battling through, keeping things together.
Call there on the floor. And the ball's going to go back to the Trojans. And one of the key things too, Jermaine, is no Ava Curl and no Kyler for the foreseeable future for this Women of Troy's team. 2 injuries in practice.
Yeah, tough break to the start of the season. We know how important both Curl and Varga are to this SAIT Trojan squad, Josh, and see them there on the bench and really can only contribute by giving the team moral support and just by being around. And we're going to see if they can do that. Maybe, hopefully, fingers crossed, they may be able to return by the season's end, but we'll see what that's up to.
Hopefully it's a jam-packed ACAC. I got a chance to see both the Ambrose Lions and Lethbridge last night, and tough loss for the Ambrose Lions, but Lethbridge looking really, really good as always. I saw Coach Avery Harrison actually in attendance last night doing some scouting because he's always waiting. There's a big-time denial down in the paint there by Melton, and then Anair can't get that shot to go, so tough defense on the second possession here for the Queens and passed ahead. Setting up the offense now are the Queens. Trying to find some room, gets it down low, but goes out of bounds for an errant pass there by the Queens. And a minute in, and neither offense can gel so far.
Yeah, nothing quite offensively, but defensively, I'm liking what I'm seeing, especially here from Peyton Melton, Josh, 5'11", as we saw in the last possession there for the Trojans. Protecting the rim was Melton. We'll see if that defensive prowess continues here early in the game.
Wall gets it down low. He gets denied again, and right now, Peyton Melton, you're talking about her just then, Jay. Another big defensive possession for her.
Yeah, patrolling the restricted areas. Melton, Josh, you're going to have to bring it to her a little bit harder if you're looking to get that ball up and over the outstretched arm.
Sahu setting up the offense now. Shot clock under 10. Trying to find some room. She throws up a J and gets it to go. And the first bucket of the game goes to Sahu and the Queens with a lawn 2.
Yeah, Hinasidu's got that, Josh. Going to have to come see her, especially if it's after a screen. She can hit that 20-footer with ease, and she's just showing you an example of that right there.
Wall inside, and a near Wall gets the first bucket in the home opener for the Trojans.
Yeah, defensive breakdown there by the Queens, exploited by Wall on that one. Look for her to just kind of patrol that baseline and see if she can get some easy buckets down there.
So 2-2 early on here. Pass down in the corner there. Trying to find some room. Dribbling around. Melton goes up, hooping the harm for Melton. So right now, Peyton Melton doing it on both sides, get the 2 big blocks earlier, then drives to the hole and has a chance for a 3-point play.
A little show and go, up and under. Josh takes the contact, and now she's got a chance for 3. Peyton Melton right now is showing how good she can be off the left block, and not only defensively, as you said, offensively as well. Look for them to lean on her early in the game.
That one goes down. So Trojans, as we've seen through the years, Jermaine, when they go against quality bigs, they have had issues, and we're seeing it early on here now with Melton.
Yeah, scouting reports out, Josh, as we see passing lane patrolled there, and Hubert on the fast break.
Hubert getting the steal, and we talked about how important it was for the Trojans to have a good start. Not having it exactly right now, need a defensive stop here. And they're going to pick up a foul as they once again go inside to Melton, and the near Wall will pick up her first foul. And it looks like Melton's heading back to the line as she hit her last one. And our first sub getting ready to come in for the Trojans is, looks like Addison Liebert getting ready to sub in for the women of Troy.
Yeah, gonna get a look here at Melton, Josh, and as you said, 3 consecutive possessions have gone to her off the block right now. It seems like she can do no wrong. She doesn't get the basket to go. She's able to get to the hoop, drawing contact now, and exploiting mismatches. Peyton Melton's got it going on here in the first quarter.
One thing I'm going to get the chance to talk to you. So Brooke Baker last year was the go-to player for this women of Troy team. Now you bring back a near Wall. How does that affect when you have 2 go-to athletes like this?
Well, you got to share the ball, Josh. As we know, there's only 1 ball on the floor. But the good thing about a player like a near Wall, she doesn't necessarily dominate the ball with it in her hand. She knows when to give it up. And likewise for Baker, I've seen them both be able to pass the ball. And that's something that you really can't teach, is that ability to give the ball up when you know you can't make it happen. So we're going to see how they balance that here in this season. I have a feeling they're going to be able to do it successfully.
Well, Near tried to get the pass there, but gets tipped off the hands of Demchuk. So Baker will take the inbound for the Trojans. Trying to get inside Pryor, looking for a download, gets it into Wall, bounced around, picked back up. In the corner for the 3. Yes, knocks down the 3. Macy Mulholland.
Well, we saw it a lot last season, Josh, and here she goes again, picking up where she left off, knocking it down from range is Mulholland.
And a near Wall's going to pick up another foul really quickly. So 2 quick fouls and a near Wall, and that'll send her to the bench and have the freshman Haley Pilling check into the game.
Hey, freshman indeed, Josh. We're going to get our first regular season home look here at Pilling, as Wall's going to grab some lumber early on in this one due to foul trouble. See how that changes the outlook of the offense right now, losing a little bit of height on the inside of the women of Troy.
And already 3 fouls, and you never want to get in a foul, but all 3 times they fouled them, also putting them to the line.
Yeah, that just shows you how dominant right now inside Red Deer is taking advantage. You see another offensive rebound.
Don't get the conversion on that one. I'm sure they want it. Ball goes out, and possession, I believe, will stay with the Queens. Inbounded here by Jaden Demchuk. Coach Harrison so far playing pretty steady with his starters. No major subs just yet. Demchuk looking to get it in. She does. Totten dished in the corner. Shot clock winding down. Walking in with ease. Sandra Garcia Bernal.
Can't get sucked up on the screen on that one. You know Sophia's going to cut hard to the basket after that screen. Come and meet her at about 10 feet or so. Try to make that shot a little bit tougher.
First foul going to get picked up there as Demchuk will pick up her first foul.
And you're SAIT right now, Josh, dealing with bigs inside like Hubert and Melton. Best way to deal with them is that long-range shot. You see Britt Baker missing that one. But if they're going to give you those looks, you've got to take them, and eventually you're going to start making them.
Absolutely. That's about a 3 on the other side. No, not going to go down. Fight for the rebound. Ball goes out. It's going to stay with the Queens with 14 on the shot clock. 9-5 early on here. 6:20 left here in the first. 3 fouls for the Trojans, 1 for the Queens. Trojans haven't been able to find too much of their offensive rhythm so far. Down low as Hubert loses it.
Oh, that's a good job out of Baker. There you go. Not succumbing to being 3, 4, even 5 inches shorter than her check, poking that one loose. That's what you got to do. Keep those hands in the cookie jar.
It's a pump fake down low there by Hubert. Dishes it off to Garcia Bernal and gets it the knock in with a spiral hook layup there.
That's what happens when you got efficient bigs inside, Josh. Someone's going to be wide open. Good job reading and reacting as Sophia's able to get that pass back and go with that 2 to go down.
Pryor gets stuck in the double team, able to get out of it. Goes down the bounce pass to Macy Mulholland. She gets double teamed. This Queens defense is smothering the Trojans right now. Trojans just trying to find some room. Baker does. Knocks down the 2, but it rolls out. And back ahead now come the Queens. Hubert goes for the 3. That goes in and out, and a rebound, and the Trojans now back on the attack, led by Macy Mulholland. Now passed ahead to Baker. Baker is thinking about it, but Sadu not going to let her drive by her. Now pass in the corner to Liebert. Pilling going off, finds some room, gets it back to Liebert. Can't get it, but you like the extra pass there by Pilling. Right idea. Liebert just not able to knock it down.
Yeah, definitely. Real decisive move as Haley Pilling's cutting to the basket, looking for the cutter. Great pass by her. Unable to get it to go, but nonetheless, you like the effort.
Good effort there by Baker, but not able to keep it in. Goes down low, and a foul looks to be against Brooke Baker. It'll be her first, and fouling Herbert, and she'll be going to the line. And multiple subs now coming in for the Queens, 1 for the shooter. So Queens so far leading 11-5 as we hit almost halfway into this first. And some free throws going up here. First one gonna go down.
Yeah, we're getting a look here at Janae Hubert. Josh, love what I'm seeing from her early in this game. Dominating the ball right now. It seems like her and Melton are kind of taking turns going after it on the glass and paying dividends for the Queens right now. They've got 13 first half points, still with 5 minutes left.
As I mentioned to you, Coach Harrison, obviously he saw what the Trojans did in that first game, and they had that great win with the huge first quarter. But he's faced the Trojans so many years, and we talked about it. The Trojans have had a problem in the low post.
Yeah, and no one knows that better than Coach Avery Harrison, Josh, like you said, exploiting that right now. This girl's got major size advantage inside, and doing a good job of making it come to fruition.
Fighting inside and getting it to go. Macy Mulholland with 5.
Yeah, one bright spot early in this game is Macy Mulholland is being super aggressive, Josh, from long range, from inside, making it happen from everywhere. See if she can keep that hot streak going.
Now passed ahead. Mulholland dishes it off to Baker. Baker for 3. No, not going to go down. And then ripped out of the hands there as Liebert, playing tough defense, gets the rebound back. An ovation from her bench, and rightfully so.
Yeah, Josh, hard hat play right there. Addison Liebert picking it up and getting that offensive rebound. Now basically manufacturing a second chance opportunity for her girls, and they need it right now, Josh. Starting to reel a little bit. It's time to center in and get things going again.
Substitution going to come in for the Queens. It'll be Sadie Jeffries from Sylvan Lake, Alberta. Take out Sadu. Tossed in. Here's Pilling. Guarded by Garcia Bernal. Trying to find some room. Gets it back to Baker. Baker, the pump fake. Goes in the lane and gets it to go. Great job there. Raindrop runner from Baker.
Yeah, finally getting the lefty to go down is Baker, Josh. We'll see if that kind of changes her fortunes going forward as she needs to get going here offensively to get her girls back in it. But you like what you're seeing right now.
Mataré. She just checked in, trying to find some offense. Ball whipped around, going for a 3 to answer back, and just a bit outside.
Say that. How about
the rebound? Good effort to keep it in. And then shot clock violations. This Trojans defense putting on the clamps.
That's right, Josh. Sometimes it takes an easy basket on one end to turn up the defensive intensity on the other end and create a turnover. That's what you see right there. 2 from Baker on one side, forcing the turnover in the other now. We'll see if they can kind of build on this momentum.
Pilling gets it stolen away by Garcia Bernal. Dishes it over to France. France goes up, gets denied from behind by Baker.
Come on, in transition, Brooke Baker chasing it down and getting that block, and once again manufacturing the possession.
And the foul is going to be picked up here by Mataré.
How about the trust of Coach Parmar and Haley Pilling, Josh? Getting some good, effective minutes early on in this game and affecting the game as well.
Yeah, she's done a really good job of taking control of the play since she's came in. She has the ball right now. And see what she can do here. Passes it off. Finds Baker for the three. Can't get it to go. Amadore comes up with the rebound. Garcia Bernal leading the break. Looked ahead to find France. France got denied last time. Trying to get something inside, but tight defense right there. Good job down low by the Trojans. That was Monroe getting in there. Few and a lot new names here for the women of Troy. And the ones that have been coming in, Pill going out, all making time with their minutes.
Yeah, and that's what you got to do, Josh. You're trying to secure some minutes for later on in the season, and the best way to do that is tough defensive play, and we're seeing that here in the first quarter as the Trojans have really turned a new leaf here with the last couple minutes.
Baker, some strong defense there. 13-9. Passed it down. Here's a long two, and that one's not able to go down for the Trojans. That one doesn't go. Tried to fight for the rebound, but the ball will go back to the Trojans. So now the Queens in a little bit of an offensive funk of their own.
Yeah, you can see the Queens right now trying to push the tempo offensively, and right now that's playing right into the hands of the Trojans as their transition defense has been on point here in the last few minutes. Got them back in this game now, only down 4, 2:35 left.
Whipped inside, tried to drop a dime there to find Monroe. Not able to get it. Inside, and France is going to pick up the foul and say Macy Mulholland, who has 5 points, to the line and try to get this back to a one-possession ball game.
That's why you never stop moving on the offensive end. You saw Macy Mulholland stayed in that motion offense, kept moving, got the ball on the cut. Now she's got touched up. Chance for two now. Got to keep up that effort, and we're seeing a great job here by Mulholland.
Yes, you are. First one goes down, so Macy Mulholland, the leading scorer right now for this Trojans team, and we talked about it. They needed a better first quarter. Got off to a little bit of a rocky start, but finding right now that one hops in and out, and Hubert comes up with the rebound. And Garcia Bernal leading the break. 2:20. Bernal cutting in, trying to find some room, can't get it to go, and they're going to call Mulholland for a foul. That'll be her first.
That they are, as we saw. Sophia Garcia Bernal, Josh, when there's nothing there, it seems like she makes something out of nothing. And going right into Mulholland on that one, not able to get twos to go, create a little contact, get to the line, and learn it the old school way.
Bernal is able to hit that first one. 14-10, and gets that one to go. Sadu is going to check back in now. Give Garcia Bernal a break here with 2:14 left here in the first. Trojans with 5 fouls, by the way, so shooting the rest of the way for Red Deer. Pass back to Baker. Going for the three, knocks it down. Trojans are splashing down threes. Vanessa Cormier able to knock down a tray.
Great look from Baker. Better job booking that as Cormier gets a triple to go down, Josh. Good shot by her.
No, you're fine.
Not able to get that one right there as Demchuk tried to get the rebound to go down. Can't get it as Pryor gets ready to check back into the game for the Trojans and giving a break to Allison Liebert. So tremendous job by Liebert in the minutes that she had.
Yeah, you can say that, Josh. And how about this height advantage right now completely being negated by great play by Red Deer on the inside. You like to see that from the shorter players on the floor making a difference in the painted area.
Ball's tapped around inside, and walking right in there is Salome Nyko. Under 90 seconds now left here in the first. Been a back and forth battle. Trojans trying to get themselves a lead. Beautiful drop of a dime inside. Cormier finding Macy Mulholland. And the Trojans really finding their offensive wherewithal right now, Jay.
Talked about it on a couple possessions ago. Macy Mulholland staying active, Josh. Keep those feet moving. Slips right behind the defense. Got touched up, and now she's got a chance for 3 from the line. Macy Mulholland is on one here in the first.
And how's about that dime from Cormier?
Good look. Got the binoculars out, scope. Macy Mulholland creeping baseline. Got you. Easy finish.
Free throw able to go down. Trojans shooting really well right now from the free throw line. But they got to get it up right now. 7 of 9 for free throws for Red Deer. Just the second time the Trojans have been to the line, but they are hitting them when they get there.
That they are, Josh, and that's what you got to do. Granted, you may not get there as much as the other team, but when you do, you've got to make it count. Women of Troy doing that.
Sadhu, jumper, good.
Yeah, Hina Sidhu's got that. We saw it at the beginning of the game. Josh loves that mid-range J. Knocks it right down there from the elbow. Got to come see her off the screen.
Pryor gets double teamed and a foul there. Looks to be against Sadhu, so both teams in the bonus here with under a minute left. I'm sure Coach Parmar has got to be really happy with what he's seen out of these girls. And we talked about the game that they had this past Friday. The Queens were able to jump out to a lead right away. And this time the Trojans have been able to keep them at bay and find their game a lot more. Yeah, you talked about it off the top of the broadcast. You got to keep that energy up, especially at the beginning of the game. It's liable to kind of set the tone for the rest of it going forward. The fact you're hanging around right now has got a good outlook if you're a Women of Troy. Get a look at Essie Pryor now getting that second shot up and gets that one to go. So 19-16. Sadhu bringing it up. Hit the last field goal for the Queens. Whips it around, good ball movement. Get the open jumper, can't get it to go. Who wants that rebound? And it's gonna be the Trojans that come up with it.
How about the rotation? Haley Pilling once again, Josh. That's how you rotate, give that great help defense, causing that miss.
And Pilling passes it out to Cormier. Finds Baker up top. Baker going around, dishes it off. Pryor for the 2, overshoots that one. And then a rebound there by Demchuk.
Perfect play right there. SEP baseline, 10 feet. That's a shot she wants and a shot she can't hit. Didn't get it to go that time, but if you continue to give her that look for it to start to fall.
And then a foul, which you don't want to do. 10.1 will send Red Deer back to the line. And it'll be Sadie Jeffries going in, and Coach Parmar is going to bring in a near wall. Remember, Near has those 2 fouls, but fearing with 10.1, there's not much worry probably about her picking up a foul, and with the Trojans potentially getting a final offensive possession, depending what happens here in the next free throw, figured I might as well put in one of my better players.
Yeah, a little chess move here from Coach Parmar, 10.1, trying to get that one good shot, and you definitely want a near wall on the floor if you're looking to get one good look.
21-17. Baker passes it to Wall. Wall trying to find some room, gets inside. Pryor comes up with it, knocks it in as time sets down. So the Queens have a great start in the first half of this quarter, but in the back, it was the Trojans. So an interesting first quarter between both these squads.
Yeah, you can say that, Josh. Both came to play, not like we saw in the last game where the Trojans were kind of sluggish out of the gate. They came to bring it right now, only down by 2 going into the second. We'll see if those adjustments equal a tie game or not.
You're watching ACAC Women's Basketball on ACAC TV, powered by Wordplay. We'll see you in the second quarter. Go here for the second quarter, excuse me, for the second quarter here. And like I said, Jermaine, it was a tale of two halves of that quarter. We saw what the Red Deer Queens could do, led by Garcia Bernal, and a great job there in the post there by Peyton Melting. But then in the back half, Trojans kind of finding their game. So a tale of two teams in two halves of that quarter.
Most definitely, Josh. We saw the height advantage of Red Deer get exposed late in that first half, but at the same time, in the beginning of that first half, they were exploiting that themselves. Right now, we're going to see what teams' adjustments here over the quarter break can equal some good play on the floor. We're going to see if they go back into Melton, back into Hubert as well, and really exploit that height advantage for Red Deer.
Pryor got that final bucket, so Red Deer, though, will start with the ball right now and try to answer back. Here's Sadu. She got the last field goal in that quarter for the Queens. Ball passed around. Good ball movement. Trojans staying tight on their D right now, not letting them inside the paint like they did at the start. Demchuk gets pushed out there. Dangerous pass there. Gets the shot up a shot. The shot clock went down, and France not able to get that to go.
That's what you want to do right now. Packing the paint defensively are the Trojans. You see that's the game plan from Coach Palmer's. Nonetheless, Demchuk's able to get that to go with play, but nonetheless, she had to work for that. That's what you wanted for Coach Palmer. Pack that painted area and make sure Red Deer really has to put on that hard hat to score.
Yeah, that's a great point, because in the start of the quarter, in the first quarter we saw, they were consistently going that. They were going to Melton. They were going down to their posts, and the Trojans readjusted, not even having a timeout, and were able to readjust and not let them have that.
Just goes to show you that's a well-coached team right there, Josh, making those adjustments on the floor, packing that paint, making sure those bigs got to work for it.
Baker's lawn 2 is off. The Queens trying to do what they did at the start of the last quarter, get their offensive rhythm going. We'll see if they go back down to the post. Sadu trying to just do just that, but not able to connect in the pass, and a near wall gets a steal. Passes it ahead to Cormier. Euro step, goes up, high arching shot, not going to go down. And then Garcia Bernal passing it ahead. It is Sunday, looking like a quarterback right there. And then inside, not able to connect there is Demchuk.
Yeah, she got to the basket, did Demchuk, Josh, but you see how Wall's defense created that miss by making sure she had to go through some contact. That's one thing you want to make sure to do on the inside. Make sure to put a body on them. They got to work for those two.
And then the other side, Baker tried to connect there with Vanessa Cormier and not able to do that. So Garcia Bernal now bringing the ball up, guarded by Macy Mulholland. Right now, this seems to be the woman of the hour. France can't get it to go down. It's been her and Demchuk really controlling the pace on those wings and in the post for the Queens.
Yeah, not to be outdone, though, Josh. Peyton Melton. You see her pull that swim move off and get to that offensive rebound? That's somebody who's getting after it on that side. And just goes to show you offensive rebound is not about luck. It's more about positioning and effort. And Melton right now is putting on a clinic when it comes to getting second chance opportunities.
And Allison Liebert will come in, another freshman that's been putting in good minutes along with Pilling for the Trojans. 23-19 right now, 8:19 left here in the half. Trojans 0-1 so far, Queens 1-0, beating up on the Trojans on Friday. Sadu trying to find some room. Getting down in the paint, spins off, goes up, overshoots it. And then a fight down low, can't get that one to go. It's Melton getting the rebound, resets up the offense, and it's a shot clock. And there's a Trey, not able to get that one. Walking in, Demchuk for 2.
So you got to put a body on it, Josh. Right now, Demchuk showing those offensive opportunities are abound here in the second. Coach Parmar is going to bring the girls in and just kind of talk things over.
Yeah, Coach Parmar is going to go have a talk with them. It's 25-19 here, 7:54 left. You are watching ACAC Women's Basketball on ACAC TV, powered by Wordplay. see what Coach Parmar is able to do there and adjustments for the women in Troy right now. Haven't been able to find anything right now. In the first 2 minutes, nothing on the board for them, so I want to reset up that offense. Try to get it inside, and once again a steal. That's Demchuk. She's been all over the court here in this second.
Yeah, Jaden Demchuk showing how good she is on both sides, Josh. A couple baskets on one side, now a steal on the other right now. She's really on that next level here in the second quarter.
Baker trying to find some room. In the corner, tipped away there, so Trojans will have it with 13 seconds on the shot clock. Still trying to find their first bucket here. Getting it inside, and that goes right to Sadu, and then denied, and then picked up by Lauren France.
Got to get some gas on those passes, especially on the entry, Josh. Right now they're playing denied defense. When you see that hand out in front, it means you got to get some zip behind those things.
Here's a launch shot. That one goes short. Passed ahead, near wall. See the 2-3 zone here. Forcing a shot. Good job by Anir. Had that 2-3 zone, but able to find some space, get to the line with a nice drive.
Yeah, put the ball on the floor, Josh, and near wall, creating some contact there, going lefty, getting touched up. We're going to see if she takes that next level when it comes to the offensive prowess. She's going to have to create some more opportunities for herself offensively, and it starts going to the basket, creating contact.
Remember, Anir picked up that early foul trouble, but so far staying clean, and you're going to need her for the offensive side of the ball. You're going to get that to go down. So 25-21 right now. Each team with a foul. Trojans, one timeout left here in this half, and Queens have two. Here's Sadu trying to find some room. Gets stuck, but maybe it down low to Hubert. Hubert spins off, meets a double team, and forces up a shot. Not able to get it to go. Perfect double team right there, Josh. And you see coming across the painted area was Emily Cartmo, putting those hands up and making sure the shot didn't go. And a turnover. Here's Garcia Bernal, stops and finishes and gets the two. It's what she does best, Josh. Sandra Garcia Bernal playing those passing lanes, picking it up in transition and going two the other way. Got to watch out for her. She's able to liable to pick it up. It's a mini press. Trojans trying to break it. Runner in the lane, can't go down for a wall, but a rebound there by Liebert, the freshman. So a substitution will be coming in for the Trojans as the second-year player Vanessa Cormier will check in, give Emily Cartmel, another freshman, a break. Passed inside. Mulholland for the three. Yes, sir! It's Macy's world, Josh. We're just living in it. Once again, Mulholland keeping herself active on the offensive side, stepping back and knocking down a triple. Look for the ball to find her hands a lot more if Trey's looking to get back into it, because right now, I love what I'm seeing from Macy. Ball getting caught to our returning cameraman, Jill Johnson, right there. 27-24. Ball inside. Here's Hubert. Going one-on-one now with Liebert, the freshman. Dishes it off. Sadu, she's going to try to answer with a three, and she nails it down. She can do it. Brooke Baker came over to contest. Didn't matter. Hina Sidhu knocking down that triple, Josh. She's got a flamethrower, and she let it loose right there. Wall had a nice take to the rim right there, but had an unfortunate as it bounces off her shoe, and ball goes back to the Queens. Yeah, Janae Hewlett coming over, just putting a little bit of pressure on that offensive opportunity from Wall, creating that turnover. Almost halfway through this quarter. It's flying by right now, but it's been all about the Queens so far. Sadu, nice cross, goes up, jumper in the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound goes off of the Trojans and back to the Queens as multiple subs checking in for the Trojans. And another freshman, Lucia Monroe. So Coach Parmar definitely having himself a recruiting class this year. And from what we've seen from these freshmen, they're up to the task. Yeah, Josh, forged in fire are the freshmen. Get in there right away and contribute. That's what you like to see from freshmen. Making sure to put their fingerprints all over the game as soon as it gets going. And right now, the bench squad right now seems to be in good hands for the women of Troy. Hina Sadu right now, I think, is really starting to take over controlling the pace of the game for the Queens. Goes down low. Strong take there. Can't get that one to go for Cormier. Now back in the attack comes Garcia Bernal, the 5th-year senior. Pass it over to France. Going down low again to Hubert. Hubert turns around. Fade away, can't go. Hits backside iron. Hubert gets a rebound. Can't get that one to go. Baker tries to get it. And then we have a jump ball. Possession's going to stay with the Queens.
Well, we just talked about freshmen having an impact. Josh, how about Lucia Monroe right there with some good defense right there on Janae Hubert as she's able to create that miss not only once but twice. You love that effort.
Gets the ball inside. Dishes it in the corner. Here's Sadu. Has a 3 already. Can't get the second one to fall down, but able to chase her own rebound. No box out, and Sadu is able to get it. And almost got another 3 for her team on the assist, but chasing it down. But they keep the ball, so how's about Sadu there? Veteran leadership, misses her shot, chases down a rebound. Almost led to another bucket for the Queens.
Got to find Hina Sidi, Josh. Too active around that perimeter to lose track of her, and if you do, she can make you pay.
Sadu stopping there, trying to find some room. Gets in the corner, wide open look, and going to get knocked down there from an open look for Demchuk.
It's a downside of a double right there. If you've got 2 players coming over to check one, that help has got to be ready. Wasn't the case there for the Trojans. They lose out. Demchuk knocks down the mid-range J.
Long 2 getting knocked down there for the Trojans. Vanessa Cormier.
Wow, he said long 2s are dead, Josh. How about Vanessa Cormier taking it back to the early 2000s with that shot attempt? You don't see too many long 2s nowadays.
And then how's about the fadeaway right there for Florin France?
Uses that height advantage inside. Righty scoop, too easy for France.
Mulholland driving through, has 9 points. Baker was thinking 3, goes for the jumper, gets it to go.
Business decision as Baker looked up, saw 3, said let me take a couple steps inside and knock it down from 15 instead.
France gets it, passes it back to Demchuk. She pump fakes. Gonna try to go down low again. Demchuk walks in, she's fouled, and she'll go to line for a pair.
It's a good job as Demchuk drops the shoulder, creates that contact, and now going to find herself 2 shots for her effort as well.
The subs will check back in for both squads. And the big one, I would say, obviously for the Trojans near wall, but Peyton Melton back in, and we've seen how awesome she has been in this game. And with what we just seen now from Hubert, you can expect them to go right back to what they were doing with Melton at the start of the first.
Yeah, definitely, Josh. Peyton Melton, 5'11". Janae Hubert, 5'11". Even you're looking at somebody like Demchuk, who 5'9" on the score sheet here, but plays like she's 5'11" as well. So that's 3 players inside with huge height advantage. If you're the SAIT Trojans, got to be wary of that and see if you can get them running a little bit.
Almost got a steal right there for Matt Ray. 35-28. Mulholland trying to get it off. We're looking for Pryor. I would say for Mulholland there, the original pass I don't think was for Neer. It was already to Pryor in that first pass, so the extra pass didn't really work there for the Trojans.
Yeah, it's tough to go big to big inside, especially with so many jerseys in that painted area. And that's why you see it turned into a turnover. I'm trying to space things out a little bit in that restricted zone.
Trojans come with a turnover of their own. Mulholland passes it ahead to Baker. Baker's been pretty quiet in this game. Just 2 points, but now make it 5 as she knocks down the tray.
I was about to say, Josh, he was pulling up to that 3-point line looking to pass or something. I'm like, that's not the Brooke Baker of old. She's got to look to put that thing up and put it up expeditiously. Does that, gets rewarded with 3 points.
And then getting her hands in the cookie jar there, trying to steal it away. And it looks like it's going to go off of the Queens and go back to the Trojans. So 35-31. It's been a big second quarter rather for the Queens, but just like that, the Trojans seeping their way back in.
Yeah, hanging around, Josh. That's all they're really doing right now, and that's all you can really ask for a team that's as depleted right now as the SAIT Trojans are. Coach Palmar saying that's a kick ball. I saw a kick ball from up here too, Josh. Looks like the officials may have missed that one. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a questionable call there for sure, but Red Deer will try to take advantage of it. Here Bernal trying to find someone open. It's a Sunday and looking like a lot of good coverage right now for the Trojans. Demchuk trying to find some room. Sadu driving in. Nice second dime there. Let's see what the call is. Basket's going to be good. Melton will look to see if the bucket counts as well. So I think they're going to say the foul was beforehand. But great look there from Sadhu. Doesn't get it to go. So the basket, I'm very confused.
Absolutely, Josh. Like, I understand a foul is called on Mulholland. Basket was good. I'm at a loss of why it's Trojans' ball currently.
I don't know why there's no free throws. I've never seen that. I've never seen that before.
Maybe they're saying Macy's foul was away from the ball. I'm not too sure.
I guess so. That's be my best guess. Nonetheless, it's 37-31. Melton's bucket will count, and she now has 6. Trojans try to answer back, and they do. Cormier.
Amidst the confusion, Vanessa Cormier says, everybody, you think about what happened, you leave me wide open. Watch me bury the mid-range. Does just that.
It's 37-30. Driving the lane. And a foul picked up there against Mataray. Ball will go back with a fresh 24, and Trojans bringing in a sub right now, and they'll bring in the freshman into the game, Librance.
Good recognition as Bure leans into Wall on that one, making Wall pick up a third. Once again, putting Wall on the bench. It's a good read and react right there by the Red Deer offense.
Absolutely, with 149-2, Near will sit. Pilling going to get ready to come in at the next stoppage for the Trojans. Nice pass inside. Demchuk goes up, can't get it to go. Right idea there for the Queens, just can't connect. Baker bringing it up. Hit that 3 a few possessions ago, trying to find some more. Almost gets it stolen away by the veteran Garcia Bernal. Down low to Pryor. Pryor gets it back. Cormier goes up, and she's fouled.
All right, now you see Vanessa Cormier starting to assert herself offensively. Knock down the mid-range J. Next time up the floor, keep those feet moving, get the pass back from Pryor, and now she's got a chance to capitalize from the free throw line.
And a sub for the shooter, I believe, will be coming in. Indeed, it will. Cormier knock down these free throws and have a chance to get this back to a one-possession game. And here we are, one-possession game. Again, kind of the same we saw. Strong start of the quarter by the Queens, and the Trojans hanging around, staying around in the back half of it.
Shows you that's a well-coached team, Josh. Don't let it pile up on you too fast. Granted, in game 1 of the season, in the home and home between these two, that's exactly what you saw happen. Not letting it happen here tonight so far, and you like to go back from the show.
It's 37-35. Garcia Bernal gets it down to to Demchuk, excuse me. Trojans picking up their defense. Trying to get it down low, and they do. And it's going to be 3 in the key, a little bit too long there for Demchuk, and even she said we got to pick it up a little bit.
Was calling for it long time. There was Jaden Demchuk that couldn't find her. And paying the price now is 3 seconds will get you a turnover.
Aaron pass there by Pryor. Tried to feed in that bounce pass, but seeked out by the Queens. Under a minute here in the half. Mataray in the corner. 2 gets knocked down. Garcia Bernal finds herself a bucket. 10 points now for Garcia Bernal. And then another errant pass. So back-to-back bad possessions now for the Trojans.
Yeah, you like what you're seeing right now from Red Deer's defense, Josh. As soon as the Trojans get it over to the half court, that's when the pressure comes. They're forcing that pass, clogging that lane right behind them. Easy turnover every time.
Yeah, and that's the thing when you have so many of these freshmen too. When you have the leaders like this Red Deer team do, the Trojans are going to be a little bit more adept to throwing costly rushed turnovers. Mataray loses the ball. Who wants it more? And we're going to have a jump ball. Possession will go to SAIT. Shot clock will be off. And the Trojans will call a timeout. 22.9. So we saw the Trojans at the end of the last quarter, Jay. They were able to find Pryor. What do you think they're going to be looking to do? And now, if you're Coach Parmar, do you bring back a near wall, or is it too much of a risk if she can pick up an offensive foul and have 4?
Yeah, I'd probably leave her on the bench if I was Coach Parmar. Granted, I'm not, so we'll see what his decision is. But I'm probably going to leave near wall on the bench that one until the second half. See if my freshmen here that have made some great strides in the second quarter, can really get us through. I'm looking at Vanessa Cormier, great player like that. Also Mason Mulholland, she'll be on the floor. See if you get them a wide open look. 22.9, plenty of time to get to that wide open shot.
And for the Trojans too, you have 4 fouls. I'm sure Coach Avery Harrison is like, hey, they have 4 fouls. Just play Tron defense. They can pick up their 5th foul on offense. Rather easy, just keep on playing our game. And also talking about, too, the great job they've done of costing turnovers in the last few possessions against the Trojans.
Yeah, Coach Palmer and staff at the halftime break are definitely going to address that. Can't get stopped up at the half-court line and force yourself into a long course or a pass. Put your head down, get by that second defender, find the wide open look, get it out.
Yeah, that's been a big thing, too. What we've seen from the rotations of the Queens, a lot of those double teams going to Trojans.
Yeah, Coach Harrison knows what to do, Josh. He knows how to put those vice grips down on the Trojans at the half-court line, and it's turned into a few turnovers here. Now, going within the game, we'll see how Coach Palmer reacts to that in the second half.
39-35, 22.9. Trojans will try to get it back to a one-possession game. They have all the clock they want. Shot clock is turned off. There is absolutely no rush. A mini press right now from Red Deer. Almost a turnover right there. It's going to be close to one. And smart job there by Macy Mulholland, throwing it off Mataray and keeping it Trojans ball with 14.4.
So yeah, that pressure on Pilling caused that pass over into the corner once Mulholland. Right again, there it was, Josh. Like we said in that last halftime break, vice grips at the half-court line.
And stolen away by Garcia Bernal on Pilling. Goes up. Garcia Bernal can't get it to go. Sadu underneath with the rebound. She's fouled. And with 5.5, Sadu will go to the line. And the Trojans, once again, a 3rd possession in a row to potentially end this quarter of not being able to deal with the press from Red Deer. And she won't be going to the line. Okay, she will be going to the line. But another possession now for the Trojans, Jermaine, of the Trojans not being able to deal with that double team. And it costing a turnover for them.
Playing right into the hands of the Queens, Josh. That's exactly what they want you to do, is pick up the ball at half court and try to get the pass across. They get you right in there and get those hands busy. A way to break that is players that are down on the baseline got to come up and meet the ball handler at the half court line to get the ball and make sure you can get that 3rd pass in before the double comes over.
And they get a rebound. Will they be able to get a shot as it winds down? Demchuk for the 3 at the buzzer! You can put it on the board! Beautiful tray right there as Jaden Demchuk knocks down the tray at the buzzer. 11 points for her, and the Queens head to the half leading 43-35.
Into the hands of Jaden Demchuk. Nothing left to do but get it up. She does that, Josh. Knocks it down. Red Deer right now on that next level going into the halftime break. You know things are going to be going well in that change room.
43-35 as we head to the half. Trojans will look to rebound. Trailing right now. You are watching ACAC Women's Basketball on the ACAC TV network. What it is, what it do. Welcome back to ACAC TV, powered by World Play. Joshua Adamo, I'm with Jermaine J.C. Cummings. It is 43-35 right now for the Red Deer College Queens. And the story at the back of that half was turnovers for the Trojans and capitalizing off of those for the Red Deer College Queens.
Yes, Queens doing a good job at that half-court line, creating a bunch of turnovers, Josh. They had the vice grips engaged on that one. We're going to see if Coach Palmer get the necessary positions in place to kind of break that press. You know Red Deer's going to come out with that here in the second half hot. We're going to see if the Trojans can match that intensity.
Red Deer really focusing on Hubert and Melton in that post.
Yeah, too big inside, Josh. 5'11" apiece. Both of them got that huge height advantage. Not only that, but they're doing a good job of making sure the second efforts stay consistent to get those opportunities. If you're SAIT, you've got to put a body on them and make it tough. We're going to see if the intensity, once again, bumps up in the second half, and they're able to get that lead.
The countdown is on for this next half. Will Red Deer remain undefeated and go 2-0 and sweep the series? We'll find out here at the Jack. So here we go. Some of the key stats to go over for you in that first half. Trojans did shoot rather well, Jermaine, when they were able to shooting 46% from the field and 57% from downtown. And that's one thing that Red Deer has to work on. 18% from downtown, 37% from the field. Trojans come out with some great defense and get a pickpocket steal.
Yeah, how about Addison Libert, Josh, making sure to really put the pressure on the ball handler.
And then a near wall, feeling smooth and knocking down the two. So the Trojans come up with a good defensive possession and then get a good offensive possession.
Conversion rate 100% so far in the half, Josh. We see Essa Pryor getting a hand in, popping that thing loose. Once again, Libert creating another turnover, Josh. That's 2 back-to-back possessions, which he's able to get a steal created.
I was able to do the Ambrose women's broadcast yesterday with Rashida Fogel, former captain and veteran of this team, and she talked about being a leader and the way that Coach Parmar at times to talk to the women in the locker room and the motivation that he can give to them. And obviously we're seeing whatever happened in the locker room, a lot of that to start off for the Trojans, not able to get that 3 I'm sure they wanted.
Yeah, energy's up right now, Josh. And we see Brooke Baker picking up yet another steal. 3 straight offensive possessions thwarted by the defense of the SAIT Trojans. Let's see if they can convert.
Beautiful job of a dime by near wall, finding Baker. 9 points now for Baker.
There you go, Brooke Baker, Josh. Look for her to really get going offensively. The Trojans need it. She was a little bit hesitant in that first half. Let's see if she shakes that off, gets back to the old Brooke Baker way of putting it up.
It's a dude down low trying to feed it in and can't get Melton, and it gets turned over again. So every possession so far in this first 90 seconds turnover against the Queens, as this is a much different motivated Trojan squad.
Yeah, this is looking like a DB out there, Josh. Any ball that goes close to her, she's able to make something of it.
Melton with the big time denial. Baker stops in the lane. Maholland trying to find some room, gets it to go, and the Trojans motivated to start it off here on a 6-0 run to start off the quarter.
Turning great B into easy O, and you know when Macy gets that close to the basket, it's automatic. Good job by her, keeping those feet moving and picking up the other steal. Another
turnover for the Queens. Trojans get it down to Pryor. Pryor gets bumped off, trying to hold on to it. Whipped around. Near for 3. No good, as Wall almost had the Trojans' first lead since the start of the game.
And how do you negate against a team that's really got you outsized on the inside? What do? Get those feet moving, Josh. Make sure you keep those bigs running up and down the floor, up and down the floor. Try to beat them with stamina right now. You've got that advantage.
Hand in the cookie jar again. Another turnover for this Red Deer team. Haven't even got a shot off. It's been all turnovers so far for the Queens. Avery Harrison standing still right now, not calling a timeout. A near wall. Jumper way off. And ball's going to go back to the Queens. And Coach Harrison now will call that timeout and have a conversation with his girls. Almost 3 minutes in, and they haven't even got a shot off.
Yeah, we talked about the game within the game, Josh, and as you said, Rashida Fogo talked about how Coach Parmar is a dog when it comes to the halftime break, talking over the girls. Right now, obviously, something he said in there got them juiced up and ready to get to that next level. Closing the lead now to only 2. We're going to see what Coach Harrison has in line for his girls to try to get that lead, to keep that lead.
Yeah, if you're in that Red Deer huddle right now, what are you telling the girls? As I said, 3 minutes here and not even a field goal attempt.
Yeah, right now we got to do a better job of getting the ball past the half court. It seems like they've flipped the script on us and now putting the pressure on us at the half court line. We were able to do it in the first half. They're doing it to us in the second half. We've got to know how to break that. Girls on the baseline have got to come up to about 3/4 line. Make yourself big. Make sure you get that pass into you. Create the offense from the wing.
We also see how much different the offense is with the near wall on it. Obviously, in foul trouble, has those 3 fouls. But it's a different team when she's on the ball because she can bring so much defensive attention on her as a shooter. And we saw what she was able to do with the attention coming on her to find a dime earlier. We'll see if that continues for the Trojans, having her on, but obviously got to stay out of foul trouble.
Yeah, yes, she does, Josh. And we're going to see if this energy is continued right now. You can hear that Trojans huddle right now. They're hyped, they're amped, they're ready to get it going. Time to keep that energy up. You're crawling, you're right there knocking on the door, only down by 2. Things are looking good for you. See if they keep that energy here in the third quarter.
So 43-41. 3 minutes in here, and it's been all about the Trojans on a 6-0 run to start it off. But this is a veteran-laced Red Deer team. One of the best coaches, a former SAIT Trojans coach, in Avery Harrison. Garcia Bernal drives to the hoop, dishes it back, and another turnover for the Trojans against the Queens. That one's forced in, able to keep it. Here's a near wall, driving in. Euro gets it to go, and the Trojans tie the ball game up.
Good little gather, Josh. Stretch that stretch step out and get up over the defense. That's what a near wall does best, is get those layups to go down.
Finally, a field goal attempt to Sadhu try to go for the 3, can't get it. Trojans haven't led in this one since it was 2-0. Out of the grips of Anir, able to keep it in bounds. No, she's not. Pass out of her range, try to chase it down. Good effort there by Anir, but not gonna stand as multiple subs coming in now for Red Deer.
Yeah, it looks like we've got both Demchuk and Melton taking a seat. Got to realize and see if you can capitalize on that if you're safe. Those are 2 of the best. Oh, it looks like, actually, I stand correct. Looks like Melton isn't staying in the game indeed. Nonetheless, you lost Demchuk. See if you can capitalize on the right block.
Almost a steal there by Baker. Sadhu able to handle it in. Bounce pass inside. And another steal there. There's Macy Mahal, and it'll be a jump ball. And the possession will stay with the Queens. Again, there was a pass there where I thought Sadhu didn't really need to. It's Trojans ball, my apologies. I don't feel like Sadhu really needed to force that into Melton there, and that led to the turnover.
How about Addison Libert, Josh, coming over with great positioning, creating that turnover just by her presence alone. Instant double. That's what you got to do when you're down low playing defense. Got to make sure you're live on the baseline and able to help on either side at the drop of a hat.
Trojans trying to take the lead. Down low, beautiful pass, finds Macy Mulholland, and a near wall picking up another assist.
Double and Josh, once again, Macy Mulholland making offense out of seemingly nothing, making sure she scores from any part of the floor. You love what you're seeing from Macy in this game.
Garcia Bernal drives to the hole, not able to get it. And how's about on the bench too for the Trojans? Kyler and Ava both hurt, but being the lead charge of that bench for SAIT.
Josh, if you've been watching Trojans game for any amount of time, when you open those ears, you can definitely hear when Kyler Varga is on the bench.
Can.
And once again, making her presence felt sonically, of course, this time.
That time the pass from Wall goes out. And a substitution going to come in for the Trojans. It'll be Vanessa Cormier, who has had some quality minutes in this one. And this Red Deer team trailing for the first time since very early in this game. Garcia Bernal not bringing it up right now. It's Sadhu as she has a break. France gets it down to Sadhu. Sadhu passes it off to Mataray. She drives in, loses control of the ball, gets her dribble back. How's about Macy Mulholland going in and getting fouled?
Perfect double right there, Josh. Macy Mulholland sliding baseline, making sure the defense is able to be tough. As we saw Trisha Madure trying to make something happen, couldn't do it. Love what you're seeing right now, Josh. They've got that unspoken bond as the Trojan defense, and it's turned into 4 turnovers to start off this half.
Yeah, I think you're right. They've really been able to talk to each other. Macy will take a break. Emily Cartman will check into the game. Cartmel, my apologies.
There you go. That's what we saw in the first half, Josh. Dribbling right into that double was Cormier. Got to stay live of that right now. Don't want to fall back into those old habits that kind of got you caught up in that first half.
45-43. Drive and attack, it's pushed off there. Mataray try to get it to go, can't get it to get knocked down. It's 10-0 to start off here as we're halfway through. No points for Red Deer in this. We have a Trojan down.
Yeah, I think Addison Libert took an elbow upper in the facial region on that last offensive attempt. It's getting looked at right now. It's quite the shot. Definitely heard it from here. Definitely going to get tended to.
Hopefully she's okay. 45-43. Down to Wall. Wall, runner in the lane, can't get it to go. And then stolen away by Baker. Baker, jumper, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound. Who wants it? And Mataray comes up with it and lets the Queens pick up their offense, hopefully. As Sadu passes it over to Jeffries. Sadie Jeffries driving in, trying to get the first bucket. She gets denied down low by Cartmell.
Come on, Josh. Yet another freshman putting their imprint on this game as Cartmell is able to stop that offensive attempt.
That one just goes through the legs there of Monroe. And substitution coming in now for the Trojans as Macy Mulholland will check back in and take off a near Wall. So quality minutes there for near Wall, and she'll get a break.
Yeah, definitely. Subs coming early and often here for Coach Palmer, keeping his girls refreshed. As you can see right now.
Sadu gets it, and that's the first bucket. Almost 7 minutes into this quarter.
Desperately needed that, did Red Deer, and they're able to get it. Once again, turning up that half court. Let's see how the Trojans deal with it now. It's tough. Cross-court passes are never going to be the look. What's got to happen there is baseline has got to come up towards the ball handler, make that pass as short as possible, get it into the post and start to work.
And like you mentioned, Jay, not a great look right there. So 45-45. Trying to look down low. Hubert wants it, not going to get it. Stolen away by Brooke Baker, who has a copious amount of steals. Beautiful pass inside by Sadu, and Mataray able to finish it.
Yeah, Trisha doing a good job realizing there was no help on the right side. Hard, decisive move to the hoop, and 2 points for her effort.
Down low, Pryor, shot off the glass, mwah, for two.
Yeah, you love to see it, Josh. Righty scoop over the defense. Essie Pryor setting up on the block and making sure to go up and through the defender on that.
Hesitation on the three. Jeffries can't get it to go. Rebound by Baker. Cartwell. Cartwell gets it over to Macy Mulholland, and she knocks down the jumper and continues her offensive juggernaut performance. 16 points now for Mulholland.
What can she do, Josh?
18.
Inside, outside, baseline, mid-range, doing it from everywhere on the offensive end right now. Macy Mulholland has kept that heat that she had in the first quarter right here in the third as well.
What a sophomore jump for her. Sadie Jeffries. Baker again. Baker is just everywhere right now. Sadu tries to get in, and then Herbert tried to get the rebound, and it goes out. We got to talk about Brooke Baker. She has been all over the court right now getting steals, Jermaine.
Yeah, defense, great defense, turns into easy offense 9 times out of 10. And now that Brooke Baker has kind of taken the defense on her back here in the second half, it's turned into great opportunities on the other end. Just goes to show you one side of the floor is always connected to the other. They're not separate from each other. It's one continuous game. Play great D, get easy O.
Our statisticians only have Baker with 1 steal, and I got to tell you that is completely false. Down low, can't get it to go. Pryor tried to fight for that rebound. Trojans' biggest lead has only been 2. Passed ahead, France able to get onto it, pass it back to Sadu. Sadu passes it across. Hubert, jumper, good. Good job there by Sadu, and good job by Hubert getting up, finding that too.
That's exactly what the Trojans need to do on the offensive side. You see how Hubert came over to Sadu, made that pass as short as possible? That's what you need. And you see Mulholland.
Mason Mulholland can't get that tray to go to get into the 20 mark. And Garcia Bernal now leading it up. 90 seconds left here in the third. It has been a fast-paced quarter. Only 1 foul, and it's against the Queens in this one. Sadu trying to get around. Try to dish it back to Hubert again, but stolen, and it'll land up in the hands of Baker. Picks up another steal, finds Macy Mulholland. Mulholland driving in. Runner in the lane, knocks it down. 2-0, 20 points now for Macy Mulholland.
Somebody has been in the lab over the summer, Josh, because it's obvious to see that Macy Mulholland has taken that next step offensively right in time, because you know Coach Palmer is going to need that production.
Man, has she ever. It's one of the best sophomore jumps I've seen in 10 years on the broadcast for the Trojans. And I love, too, what Brooke Baker's doing. A lot of times when you have proficient scorers like her, sometimes they'll put a pouty face on. They're not getting their points or anything like that. No, she's just became the defensive juggernaut and staple for the Trojans.
Two-way badge engaged right now, Josh. We got the over and back. And like you're saying, the great defense right now. Brooke Baker, a little slow, a little stuttery on the offensive side. Only way to shake that is to make things happen defensively, get the girls going in transition. She's doing just that.
We saw glimpses of what the Trojans have been doing. They just hadn't been able to put it together for a full quarter. And we've seen it for this full quarter here. Despite that, only lead by 2. And with a veteran-laced Queens team, you can never count them out. Trying to get it down to Huber.
Good switch.
And yes, good call on the switch right there, Jay. Macy Mulholland able to get on it.
Perfect. That's exactly what you want to do. If your check gets caught up on a check, you switch. Perfect job by Mulholland filling the lane.
Pryor knocking it down, and Mulholland will pick up a dime. Let ahead, Demchuk gets it in.
Got to get back in transition. That's a good recognition there as Jaden Demchuk beats the defense down the floor and gets an easy 2. One last look here for SAIT.
Time running down inside. Pryor gets denied on a foul there by Sadu. So Pryor will go to the line. How's about Essie Pryor? We haven't talked about her as much. 7 points for her. Really starting to put some work in the paint.
Yeah, you saw some glimpses of it last season, Josh, where she was able, every now and then, she'd have some good footwork and get to the hoop. But as this game goes on here, you're starting to see her get more comfortable on the offensive side, and now she got a chance for 2 easy ones going into the 4th.
And Pryor knocks down that one. Cormier was looking like she was going to sub in for the Trojans, but Coach Tan will hold off on that. Can't get that one to go. Fight for the rebound. Queens trying to get one more possession, but Brooke Baker keeps it in and will stop the Queens from a final drive. So the Trojans go on a 19-8 run, winning that 3rd quarter, getting back in this game and lead by 3.
Unbelievable third, Josh. Flipped the switch at the halftime break. Did the women of Troy. Turned into a 3-point lead for them going into the 4th quarter on the backs of great defense, playing the passing lanes as well, and converting on the offensive end. All things you love to see going into the 4th quarter. 10 minutes left. See if they can continue that energy.
Trojans lead by 3. We'll take a quick break. We'll see you in the 4th. You're watching ACAC basketball on the ACAC TV network, powered by Wordplay. So we get ready to go here in the 4th. What are you looking for Red Deer to find their way back in this game, Jay?
Well, Josh, they got to go back to what worked for them, and that is slow, deliberate play on the offensive end. Set up your bigs to get good looks down low. They're playing into the hands right now by picking up the tempo. That's exactly what the Trojans want you to do. Get that half-court offense going, set your bigs up down low, and get those 2 deliberate points.
Demchuk. Tough foul there. And I see a little bit more of that because we saw more of Demchuk and France on the wings, really driving and being able to kick it out. We know that Garcia Bernal and Sadu are able to dish off and find open opponents, but you can see a lot more of that of the wings. And then right now, we unfortunately have a Trojan down, so hopefully everything's okay. It was a tough take there as Demchuk checking in, and we don't know who the Trojan is in question just yet.
Yeah, never something you want to see, Josh. And playing good defense on Demchuk. He is down, getting tended to right now. But for the aggression for Red Deer, Josh, look for them to continue that. You know they're going to want to do that here. They're feeling the pressure right now as the Trojans were finally able to get that lead.
So we're going to, hopefully everything's okay. We're going to take a quick pause here in the action. You're watching the ACAC TV network powered by Wordplay. want to, speculate on anything. Obviously, what the trainers were doing was working stuff with her neck. But again, I'm not going to speculate on anything that happened. Luckily, she was able to walk off, yes, with some assistance, but hopefully everything's okay with Cormier. And right now we got Demchuk shooting free throws and missing the first one.
Yeah, it's tough, Josh. She just kind of got caught up and just kind of landed the wrong way, and got tended to by the Trojan staff and still getting tended to as we speak. It is good to see her, like you did say, she was able to walk off on her own power. Is sitting on the bench right now, so all good signs for sure. It definitely helps she'll be okay.
Now we'll see how both these teams can finish off here in the fourth quarter. So to catch everyone back up to where we are right now, the Trojans came out with a strong third quarter, winning that third quarter 19-8, and we'll see if the Queens can get back their game. It took almost 7 minutes for the Queens to fight a field goal in that last quarter.
Yeah, it was a great defense by the Trojans, definitely causing that right now. We're going to see if the energy continues. They brought it coming out of the halftime break. See if they can pick up here in the fourth as well.
Wall can't get that one to go. Rebound, passed off. Baker, she goes up. She's fouled, and Baker will go to the line.
Yeah, we're used to Brooke Baker, Josh. She loves to create contact. A little tentative in that first half, but it seems like since the fourth quarter started, we're seeing the Brooke Baker of old here make her return with great stops on the defensive side, capitalizing on the offensive side as well.
Yeah, she's done it all. Multiple steals in this game, buckets in this game, like we always are used to seeing from her. 10 points now to go with the variety of steals. And, again, I talked to this with Rashina Fogel yesterday on the Ambrose broadcast. Sometimes there's stats that just don't show up in the stat line, and we call it the Draymond Green stats of the hustle and the grind stats, and right now that's what Brooke Baker's doing.
Yeah, intangibles matter. Now, I don't necessarily agree with the Draymond Green thing because his stats show up. His stats definitely show up, but nonetheless, intangibles are very important, and we're seeing that from Brooke Baker on the defensive end right here as well.
Open look there for Demchuk. She can't get it, but Garcia Bernal missing the wide open layup. A third time's the charm as Hubert walks in and makes it back to a 2-point game.
Yeah, that was too easy right there, Josh. That's what we saw in the first quarter with players like Hubert melted down low, getting up third opportunities without even getting touched.
And there's a near Wall coming right back. 10 points now for Wall, another Trojan in double digits. 3 on the court right now, they're in double digits. Pouncing down in the paint, off the glass, and France not able to get it. Pryor comes up with the rebound. Macy Mulholland leads the break. Dishes it off to Wall, gets the second pass. Baker for 3. In and out for Baker. Fight for the rebound. Good job there by Pryor. Gets it down low, and now a take to the line coming for the Trojans is the freshman Monroe from Calgary, Alberta, from Notre Dame High School. Trying to represent Northwest Calgary and make some free throws here.
Yeah, see Pryor throwing the hard hat on, Josh, working for that second chance opportunity and getting it to down low to Moreau to try to get 2 from the line. That's why you never give up on the play.
Monroe can't get that one to go. Trojans, not the game that they wanted on Friday against Red Deer, a big-time blow-up, but a much different team from the Trojans. Monroe goes off, and in comes Pilling, who we both like what we saw from her in the first half.
Definitely, Josh. She was a spark plug off the bench in the first half, and this is huge minutes right here as her team is only up by 5 points, 7:55 left. Crucial possession here for the Red Deer Queens.
Sadu trying to find some room. Gets it down low, almost stolen away. Whose ball is it going to be? It's going to stay with the Queens.
Surprise, surprise. Haley Pilling right in the middle of it all, Josh, creating that turnover. Has a nose for the ball, this Pilling, and they're going to need that nose here in the fourth quarter to maybe get some turnovers. Oh, look at that, look at that, look at that.
And a near Wall comes up with a steal. Wall leading the break, bounce pass to Baker. Baker goes off the backboard. Well, really goes off the backboard. And we'll have to reset up here. And another tumble. This time it's going to be for a near Wall. So now a near Wall is down, but Luckily, she's able to get right back up.
She's able to get up, Josh. But on this end, as we've seen all game long, Melton has had her way on the block. She gets matched up with Pilling down low. That is a 6-inch difference in height. Couldn't be able to tell. Pilling standing tall. Good job by a near wall coming and creating the turnover.
It's a 5-point lead now for the Trojans. Going with the 2-3 zone right here. Demchuk. Pilling staying on her.
Look at Haley Pilling, Josh. Unbelievable.
Demchuk's able to get a rebound. Sadu gets open for 3. She can't get that one to go down. Hubert in a tie-up, and Anir again takes it down and gets hit in that chest area that she was pointing to last time.
Yeah, she's getting on the floor and getting dirty as a near wall, Josh, on both ends. She's going to take a break here after that one, but that's the effort you need. That's definitely the effort you need, and that is a contagious style of play as well when you're getting on the floor trying to create those possessions out of seemingly nothing.
And one thing we've seen the Red Deer's really gone away from is feeding the ball into Melton, who is back on the floor trying to get it down low, but haven't really been feeding her as much.
Yeah, got to tip your cap to the Trojans' defense, Josh. It's not as easy as it was in the first half for the bigs for Red Deer. Every time they get the ball on the block now, they're getting hands on the hips, chest to chest. It's tough for them right now, and proving out to be good dividends as the Trojans are up 5 for their effort.
And I got to give credit to Monroe and Pryor really stepping up down low. Demchuk with the inbound, trying to get it down low to Hubert. Picked off by who?
Absolutely, number 0. Once again, Brooke Baker getting those hands in and picking up yet another steal on the day.
Cooking up more defense, dishes it off, then she gets stolen on her own right by Hubert. Cross-court pass by Garcia Bernal. Here is Melton against Monroe. Great job down in the post, and Melton finishing.
Showing the goal, spin over the right shoulder. Peyton Melton showing you some of that great post move that we know she has, Josh. Let's see if she gets back to her old ways like she was in the first quarter. Queens are going to need it.
Queens get that double team and then pick off Pilling. Garcia Bernal overshoots Demchuk, though. And ball will go back to the Trojans.
Tough job right there. As we saw Haley Pilling get caught up at the half-court line. Creating a turnover there was Sandra Garcia Bernal. Throwing it away in transition, but nonetheless, look for them to really create those turnovers around the half-court line. Once again, that was so successful for them in the first half.
Cartmel comes off as Pilling gets a talk from Coach Parmar. Baker, she almost gets picked off. The veteran Garcia Bernal almost had her, and obviously frustration set in that she couldn't get it just in time.
SAIT offense got to match that intensity right now. Defensively, Red Deer's turning that corner, starting to make some turnovers at the half-court line. Can't have flat feet if you're SAIT. Got to match that intensity.
SAIT trying to break that zone right now as the foul gets picked up, and subs coming in for Red Deer. They're going to be back in Lauren France and Mataray. Almost stolen away there by France. There's a jumper. Can't get that one to go. Cross court again. Sadu gets the pass there from Garcia Bernal, the two veterans. And picked off by Baker. She's trying to go coast to coast. Can't get that one to go. Mulholland tried to chase it down. And then Mataray got a hand on it, but not able to keep it in for this squad.
It's almost an art form, Josh. You see Brooke Baker just kind of leering behind the defense, baiting the defense to throw that pass, gets a hand up, and she's off to the races. It's an art form, and you can't leave her out of the inbounds as well.
3 ball, not able to go down. Just keep an eye on her eyes, too, as you're talking about the art form of her, just where the ball is going. She's right there to see where the ball is going and snatch it away. Jump ball, and once again, Baker, she's just cooking up all the turnovers in this game.
Yeah, let Brooke cook, Josh, on both ends of the floor, defensively, making a name for herself. And turned to some great play here for the girls in the second half specifically. That being said, you're only up 3, 5:29, plenty of time left here for Red Deer.
59-56. Cartmel getting that double team again. Try to thread it down low to Pryor, but not able to connect.
Right idea. Just got to get a little bit more zip on that pass, Josh. Too much loft under there. S.E. Pryor was wide open down low. And good job spotting him by Breaker. Just got to get some gas behind that pass.
59-56. 5:18 left here in the fourth. Try to get it inside. Overshoots it. Sadu, nothing but daylight. And gets the easy two.
And there you go. In transition, as you see Hina Sidhu making it happen off the steal. Knocking on the door now, or Red Deer, Josh, just like that, only down one.
Dished off, an offensive foul. No, it's going to be, it's one of those 50-50 plays. You never know, Jermaine.
Yeah, you don't. Luckily for S.E. Pryor, it went in her favor this time. We'll see if she can convert. As a sideline out of bounds.
Trojans got to be a little more careful with the ball. Yes, they are creating turnovers, but they're also giving up turnovers, unlike we saw at the start of this half.
Yeah, a little careless here on the offensive end. Not the time for that either, Josh. Only up one right now against a great offense that is the Red Deer Queens.
Baker not able to get that. Red Deer has a chance to take their lead back. Sadu gets it down low. Guess who? Boom! It's Peyton Melton. 10 points for her. And Red Deer takes back the lead.
Yeah, well deserved, Josh, as we've seen Peyton Melton really get back to her old ways here in the second half of the fourth quarter, scoring on the offensive side and making plays defensively as well, right in time.
Let's take a look at some of our leading scorers right now. Macy Mulholland, Jermaine, shooting 80% from the field right now with 20 points leading the way for the Trojans.
Yeah, done her thing throughout 3 of the 4 quarters here, Josh. Has kind of been MIA, but as soon as you know they call on her, she's going to be ready. And look for them to go to her very soon here out of this timeout.
And Jaden Demchuk right now, double-double for her, 14 points and 10 rebounds. So doing a good job for her. And then how about Hina Sidhu? We talked about her at the start. Always doing a great job. 12 points for her, 6 dimes, 3 rebounds for the vet.
Yeah, just kind of touching the games on all points, Josh. It's almost like a junior of Sandra Garcia Bernal in Hina Sidhu. They really have games that mirror each other and complement each other well, and you're seeing that work out for both of them very well here today.
Melton, you just got that last bucket, 7 rebounds for her, 10 points. Anir Wall due back in soon. And the good thing for Anir is hopefully everything's okay with that chest area, but only 3 fouls, been able to stay out of foul trouble here in this half.
Yeah, that goes to show you, Josh, she's a veteran, and veterans kind of know how to mold their game around what the foul situation is. She picked up 3 quick ones early on in the game. She knows how important she is to the SAIT offense. She's got to be on the floor for these moments, and she's done a good job staying out of foul trouble.
So Queens take back the lead that they've held the majority of this game. Try to thread that into Pryor again, and then Garcia Bernal sniffs it out. Gets it ahead to Sidhu. And the guards play a little give and go with each other right now. Down low, Garcia Bernal finds some room and gets it to go for the Vets.
Yeah, things are starting to fire now for that Red Deer offense, Josh. You see how the motion is working in their favor, and everyone's got it going right now. Feet are moving. Garcia Bernal cutting up and down and got the easy 2.
We've seen a lot of what we saw at the end of the half of those double teams coming across and the Queens forcing the Trojans into turnovers like we saw how the Trojans ended the half. Big time denial down low. Melton getting all over that one. Garcia Bernal leads the break. Stops, try to get it down to Sidhu. Monroe's able to get in the way to stop it. It will remain Queens ball, but how's about Melton there? Big defensive stop.
Yeah, Josh, exactly like we were saying. We're seeing Peyton Melton kind of revert to her former self that we saw in the first quarter, affecting the game now. She's got a good position here as well.
Melton gets the extra pass. France not able to get it. Matarey gets in there, and a jump ball between her and Brooke Baker.
Just like that, the pendulum of momentum continues to swing, Josh, as we're slowly seeing the energy get back into the Red Deer Queens, and making it work for them on both ends right now. Trojans got to answer.
Sidhu thinking about it, guarded by Pryor. Long jumper is good.
Gotta get a hand up. We know Hina can knock that down, Josh, and even when you're in front of her, she's liable to raise up, elevate, knock it down right over your head. Get that hand up, make it tough on her.
Queens finding their game. Monroe gets a bucket just when the Trojans needed to get it back to a one-possession game.
Desperately needed that basket as Monroe's able to convert. Now, can you turn that into good defensive play? Let's take a look and find out if the Trojans can create that turnover they need so badly.
Sidhu met by Cartmel. And she travels, so great job there. The freshman on the veteran, and Cartmel makes it a turnover.
Yeah, Emily Carmel coming in and slamming the door on Sidu in that one. You like that, Josh, forcing her to pick the ball up and move that pivot foot and create that turnover. It's time to capitalize on it now. You know the press is coming. You see Bernal in the front court. You see Demchuk waiting for you at the half court as well. Break that press.
Hubert and Demchuk in this game. Down low for the Trojans, meeting a double team. Jump ball. Zessin will be with the Trojans still. 15 on the shot clock, 64-61. 4 tame fouls for the Queens, 2 for the Trojans. And plenty of timeouts still. Coach Harrison and Coach Parmar have not used their timeouts really at all so far. Trojans have 3. Here's a 3. Gets it to go. You can put on the board, Brooke Baker.
Asleep at the wheel, that Red Deer defense, Josh. You're going to let Brooke Baker inbound the ball, step into a 3 uncontested. You're going to pay the price. Good job reading and reacting there as Brooke is able to get that triple to go down.
We have a tie game. Time dying here in the 4th. Sadu is able to keep it. Jumper, no good. Chase down for the ball. Who wants it? It's Macy Mulholland. She gets it ahead to Cartmel. And now the Trojans back on the break, trying to take the lead they've had for a majority of this quarter. Baker was thinking 3, passes it over. Macy Mulholland has 20. Gets it back to Baker. Baker, long 2, can't get it to go. Fight for the rebound, and Demchuk comes up with it.
Good contest there. Good defensive stand as both Bernal and Hina Sidu at the elbow, creating that miss.
Here's Demchuk for a 3. She can't get it. Rebound by Baker. See a near wall on the bench holding her shoulder. I don't know if we'll see her come back. Mulholland trying to find some room. Dangerous cross-court pass is going to lead to a turnover. Not what the Trojans want with under 2 minutes here in the 4th.
Nah, $158, Josh. You've got to make sure you hold on to that ball. Tie game right now. You worked hard to get back into it. You don't want to see it slip through your fingers, almost literally, at the end of the game.
When you get in a jam like that, too, you almost want to call your teammate over instead of trying to force that pass. Sadu driving to the lane, goes up. And she gets fouled by behind by Cartmel. It'll be Cartmel's first foul. Sends Sadu to the line.
Yeah, that's a good foul there by Emily Cartmel, Josh. Forcing baseline. Unfortunately, there was no help there for her as Sidu had a wide open look. Touched her up top and is going to force Sidu to earn it from the line.
15 points now for Sadu with that free throw. And that one's able to go down. Red Deer trying to sweep the series this weekend and go 2-0 on the year. Cartmel gets it out to Baker. In the corner, gets it down low. Hubert was on top of that one, and then it goes off of Essie Pryor. A near wall will come in. Like I said, she was holding that shoulder and that chest on the bench, so hopefully everything's okay.
Yeah, good enough to be back in the game as a near wall, and you know they're going to need her offensive production down to $137 left.
It's 4-3 right now. 2 timeouts remaining for both these teams. Big possession here for the Queens to take a lead. Tried to force it in there to Melton, and Garcia Bernal not able to connect on that pass.
Yeah, great play call there from Coach Harrison, Josh, as he had the overload going, had Melton come over, try to get the ISO on the block, unfortunately unable to corral that pass in.
Pass down, Baker drives in, and it's going to be a foul against the Queens. It'll be on Hubert. It'll be her 4th.
It's that time of the game, Josh, and Brooke Baker knows that. Lights are brightest. She knows she's got to step up and be that offensive producer. We know she can, and that's exactly how she's going to do it, getting to the basket and creating contact.
Baker's able to connect on the first. And the second won't go down, so 2-point game. As we're getting close to the final minute of play here in this heavyweight matchup between these two squads. Garcia Bernal sees some daylight, doesn't get the layup to go, but does get fouled. And with exactly a minute left, she'll go to the line and shoot a pair.
Now that the Trojans are out of the zone, Josh, and they're playing woman-to-woman defense, when you're shading your player to one side, you've got to realize the help's not going to be there like it was in the first half. Your entire defensive scheme has changed. You've got to make sure to stay in front of your check. No more shading to the baseline. The help's not there.
And a player, too, that you don't want to send to the line like a Garcia Bernal.
No doubt, Josh. A lot like Brooke Baker. At the end of the game, when she's needed most, she steps up and produces for her team.
So a 4-point lead. Trojans got a minute here. Gets it down low. Inside, Macy Mulholland.
Right on time. Good slip there, two-woman game as Brooke finds Macy cutting to the basket. Got hit, unable to get the layup to go, but stopping the clock, and now a chance for two to try to close this lead to one.
Excuse me, a 3-point lead. So big free throws here for Macy Mulholland. First one will go down, and Macy having herself a great game. You talked about the sophomore jump for her, 21 points so far.
Oh yeah, definitely taking that jump in the offseason, Josh. It's obvious right now. Doing everything right offensively is Macy Mulholland. Getting to the line, converting there, finding teammates inside, outside, mid-range. She's got it all going right now. 1-point lead for the Queens. Let's see if she can do it one more time defensively.
Queens trying to ice this game. Who better than Sadu? She gets stuck, gets it inside. Beautiful drop of a dime by Sadu, but a defensive breakdown for the Trojans. Really good on the Queens side by the veteran Sadu. Really bad breakdown by the Trojans, Jay.
Say that, Josh. She's not hard to miss either. At 5'11", Melton is easy to see out there. Somehow gets behind the defense untouched this late in the game. Good recognition by her. As you said, not so great by the SAIT defense at this point in the game.
So the Trojans now, 31.8. You don't necessarily need to get the three. You can still go for the quick two and take your chances that way.
Yeah, you can right now. Putting the ball in Brooke Baker's hands, maybe even Mulholland as well. You know they got the decision-making in their favor. Like you said, you don't necessarily need that three. If you got a good look at the team, play some good defense, take your chances there as well.
So we'll see what Coach Parmar is cooking up in, for Coach Harrison and his Queens. Sure, he's telling them to kind of stay to the same defense they've been playing all day game. Try to force them into that double team. They get a turnover, they got to foul us. This could be our game, and we go 2-0 and sweep this week.
Yeah, stressing right now to hold on to the basketball. I guarantee you, Josh, time is on the side of the Red Deer Queens. If they can hold on to the ball, possibly get to the line, try to use much of that 24 as you can. We can ice this thing there. We'll see how they can match the intensity of the SAIT Trojans coming out of the timeout.
So Trojans coming out of this timeout, they'll have just one remaining. Queens will have two. If the Trojans do score, do you expect Coach Harrison to come back and call a timeout? Or during this timeout, do you think he's talking to the girls about what to do on either situation?
Yeah, traditionally I would say he would want the timeout, but we've seen from Coach Harrison he's not liable to call it. He likes making the plays on the floor, so at the same time as I think a timeout would be smart, he might not do it, Josh. He might go in there on the floor and have the girls work it and see if he can get the quick basket right back.
You looking for the shot here?
Definitely in the hands of Brooke Baker, and Mulholland, like I said, got the quick decision making.
They go with those double teams. Try to get it down low to Mulholland, and beautiful job right there, and then Mulholland tried to steal it away. Shot clock is turned off.
Got a foul right now.
Trojans wasting time
got
right
a foul.
now. And finally able to foul Lawrence France. Let's go back to the initial play. Good job there by Nearwall. Stayed patient on that double team and able to find it into Macy Mulholland like you predicted.
Yeah, Double M's been cutting baseline, backdoor all game long, and that's just one more example of that. Good job converting. Now we're going to see if Lauren France can get up here and knock down huge free throws.
They're going to knock down that one. If you're Coach Parmar, are you calling another timeout if she makes it?
Oh, I would hear. Yeah, let's see if we get the ball advanced real quick.
She does make it. Coach Parmar will stand still. No, he won't. He will call the timeout. So Trojans' final timeout, and now, still don't need to technically go for a three just yet. You can go for a two again. Lots of time still with 16.2, and maybe just play the free throw game here for a little bit with the Queens.
Yeah, at this point, Josh, you want to see what the defense gives you and try to react off of that. If Red Deer comes out and tries to get you off of that three-point line, which they're liable to do, someone's got to cut back door. Look for Mulholland, maybe cut back door one last time, get that easy two, foul up go down the other side of the floor. It really depended on what Red Deer does defensively.
Defensively, on that last play where Near found Macy Mulholland, I thought defensively Red Deer stuck to what their defensive plan were. It was just a really good find and a good cut by Macy Mulholland.
Yeah, I said it before, Josh. Macy Mulholland is doing such a good job of finding the holes and capitalizing on those holes in the game. That was just one more example of that. Look for her to do more of the same here offensively if time allows. SAIT, is going to have to hustle up here with only 16 points.
What is that from Macy Mulholland? Just kind of getting on the floor and reading the defense and what they're going to give to her?
Yeah, definitely. We know Red Deer packs the paint. They're looking for shots inside. So if you're Mason Mulholland, kind of an undersized big in this game, they're not necessarily for checking you on the block. Use that to your advantage. Keep those feet moving. Stay in the motion offense. You'll get yourself a wide open look.
So 16.2 left here in the fourth. Red Deer won on Friday against these Trojans in a blowout. This has been anything but it. It has been back and forth between these two teams. Are you looking for Macy Mulholland again here on the shot, or are you looking at a Baker or Near on the three?
Well, you want to get the ball in the hands of Baker, as I'm sure it will here with her inbounding the basketball. And like I said, just kind of take what the defense gives to you, right back to her.
Baker tried to force a three. She gets blocked by France. Trojans have to foul, and they do. And it'd be Garcia Bernal going to the line. Trojans thought there was a foul on that one, but France gets the clean block, and now Queens will go to the line and look to have potentially pulled out their second win of the season.
Coach Harrison had his girls ready for the three-point, Josh. They knew exactly what was happening as soon as Baker went to do the inbound. She knows she was getting the ball back. Great job suffocating her in, getting that block, and we're going to see now if Bernal can kind of push the lead.
So doesn't get that one. So if you're the Trojans, you're hoping for a miss here. Red Deer one more. This game could be in hand. If you're the Trojans, she makes it. You got to get there quick. And they do make it. So Trojans need a quick three. Time continually runs down. Baker trying to find some room. Mulholland for three. Can't get it to go. And the Trojans fight diligently. But Red Deer with a great overall game from everyone involved, led by 16 points, 8 assists and 3 rebounds by Sadu, and 15 and 5 from Garcia Bernal, walk away with their second win of the season and sweep the Trojans.
That lethal backcourt once again making it happen, Josh. You've got Sandra Garcia Bernal on one side, you got Hina Sidhu on the other, completely taking over the game, specifically in the second half when Red Deer needed the most. I've got to say, I'm very impressed with their play here at the end of the game in a tightly contested one. Great job by the Queens.
Yeah, great job by Coach Harrison. Red Deer will be back in Calgary next week, and they would take on Ambrose in a home-to-home, and Trojans will look to recap their next upcoming season coming forward. And we have players of the game coming up here, Jermaine. Let's see who we get. Who do you have really quickly here?
Well, if we're talking about the home team that lost, Mason Mulholland showed me amazing thing, Josh. Like unbelievable job by her.
Yeah.
Sidhu does pick it up here for the Queens. Great job by her.
Yeah,
you gotta be happy
absolutely.
with
Sidhu, like I said, 16 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds for her. And then we wait for the SAIT Trojans player of the game.
And for your carry-on Trojans, number 7, Macy Mulholland.
And Macy Mulholland walking away with the player of the game. 24 points for her, 5 assists, and 2 rebounds. Obviously, she would have liked the win. So the Trojans fall to 0-2 on the year. Queens 2-0, looking poised for an ACAC championship. They are the defending champions after all.
Yes, Josh, and it's well-deserved POG for Macy Mulholland. What an unbelievable jump from a first-year to a second-year player. She's playing like a veteran out there today. And you know, if she can kind of continue that upward trajectory of being a good offensive producer, Josh, her possibilities are endless this season.
Next up here, we got some men's action as we have the defending 6-time ACAC champions and also the defending CCA champions, the men of Troy, with marks put all over them this year in the ACAC, and a change of a dynasty as Marty Berkey is out and a new look coach. We'll have that coming up here on the ACAC Network next. Until next time, folks, for Jermaine J.C. Cummings, I'm Joshua Adam Lamar. That shouts to producer Rob and everyone on their work. Cheers and enjoy the day, people.